Hey, picture this. You check your mailbox one day, pull out that new credit card you applied for, flip it over, and see the limit. Meanwhile, your neighbor with basically the same income and age just got approved for $25,000. You? Only $1,000. Same bank. What on earth is going on? Was it random? Did someone just roll the dice? Or does the bank already have a pretty good idea of exactly how much they're willing to trust you with before you even hit submit? That's what we're diving into today. I'm breaking down exactly how credit card companies set your limit in the United States, and more importantly, the smart, legitimate ways you can position yourself to get higher ones over time. No shady tricks, no begging customer service, just real strategies that actually work. If you've ever felt like the system is stacked against you, this one's going to open your eyes. Let's get into it. A lot of people think banks are simply asking, "Can this person pay us back?" That's only half the story. The real question they're focused on is much more about their own bottom line. How much can we safely give this person while making the most profit possible over the long run? They're not trying to be generous with sky-high limits. They're hunting for that ideal middle ground where you use the card often enough, maybe carry a balance occasionally, and pay some interest, but never become a risky account that could default. That calculated sweet spot becomes your credit limit. When you apply, they're not just glancing at your credit score. That's important, but it's only one piece in a much larger puzzle. They dig into your payment history, reported income, current debts, credit utilization across all cards, how old your accounts are, recent applications, any past missed payments, and even the types of credit you've used before. All of it feeds into advanced risk models built on data from millions of borrowers. These algorithms aren't judging you personally. They're asking a statistical question. Who does this person behave like? And that answer drives everything. Take two people with the exact same 740 credit score. One earns $140,000 a year, has 15 years of clean history, and almost never carries balances. The other makes $55,000, opened multiple new cards recently, and regularly maxes out most of their available credit. Same score on paper, completely different risk profiles, completely different limits. This is why comparing your limit with friends or family almost never makes sense. The score is the headline. Banks read the full story. Something else most people don't realize is how much your existing relationship with the bank matters. If you've had a checking account there for years, your paycheck lands consistently, and your spending patterns are steady and responsible, they're watching real money flow. You're no longer just a credit file, you're actual data. That kind of loyalty and predictability can make them far more comfortable, offering bigger limits than they would to a complete stranger. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful factors you can actually control: your credit utilization. This is the percentage of your total available credit that you're using. 10% sends one message. 80% sends a very different one, even if you always pay on time. Lower utilization usually tells the bank you've got financial flexibility. Higher utilization can raise red flags about potential stress. And keep in mind, the balance that hits your credit report isn't always the same one showing on your due date. Small timing details like that can influence future decisions more than you might expect. One of the biggest myths floating around online is that you should just spend heavily and the bank will automatically raise your limit. Sometimes that happens, but not always, and it can easily backfire. What banks really want are customers who spend predictably, pay reliably, and generate steady profit without drama. Someone who charges $4,000 consistently and pays in full every month often looks better than someone swinging $8,000 and struggling to keep up. Stability and consistency win with these systems far more than intensity. Another easy win many people overlook: updating your income. When you get a raise or your household earnings increase, the bank doesn't magically find out. A lot of issuers send requests asking you to verify or update that information. Most folks ignore them. That's a missed opportunity. Fresh verified higher income can improve how they assess your repayment capacity. It's not a guarantee, but outdated numbers definitely don't help. Then there are the internal behavior scores that stay completely hidden from you. Every major issuer builds their own private models on top of your public credit score. They track things like how often you use the card, whether payments come early, sudden changes in spending, cash advance requests, disputes, and whether balances trend upward month after month. Thousands of small signals roll into one internal risk number that heavily influences limit increases, special offers, and even future approvals. So yes, you can improve your position. But the real way isn't the flashy stuff you see on social media. Keep your utilization reasonable. Pay every bill on time. Avoid opening too many new accounts. Update your income when it changes. Use your cards regularly instead of letting them go dormant. And focus on building long positive history rather than chasing every sign-up bonus. These steps won't deliver instant results, but over time they reduce the uncertainty banks fear most. Less uncertainty usually means higher limits and better treatment. Here's the ironic part. A lot of us try hard to look wealthy or successful. Banks, on the other hand, are investing billions to figure out who is genuinely predictable and reliable with money. Those are two very different goals. Reliable, somewhat routine financial habits tend to impress the algorithms way more than flashy spending ever will. Patience and consistency pay off. So the next time someone brags about landing a $30,000 limit, remember this: that number isn't just a reward for good behavior. It's the result of a sophisticated probability model deciding how much risk they're willing to take for the profit they expect to earn. Your credit limit isn't purely about trust. It's a business calculation, a prediction about your future. Understanding how that prediction gets made puts you in a much stronger position to improve it. If this video gave you some real insights, hit that like button, drop your own experiences or questions in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care out there.